Good morning, students. I hope you are all well. Okay. We have completed the second exercise of chapter number 7. Now we are moving on to the third exercise. So before starting the third exercise, let us revise what we have done till now. We have done two congruencies. That is, we have learned about uh, SAS congruency. SAS is side, angle, side congruency. Side angle side congruency is the congruency in which for any two triangles, if two sides are equal and angle between them is also equal, angle between them means the angle should lie between the sides. The angle should lie between the equal sides. Okay. Apart from that, we have covered ASA congruency. Then ASA congruency, what we have is two angles should be equal, and if side between the angles are also equal, then the triangles are congruent. Okay. Its modified version is AAS congruency, that is any of the two angle and any one of the three sides are equal. In that case also the triangles are congruent. Apart from learning these congruencies, we have also learned about the isosceles triangle and we have proved its properties. In isosceles triangle, it is a triangle in which any of its two sides are equal, as well as in isosceles triangle, angles opposite to equal sides are also equal. Using that, we have also proved that all the angles of an equilateral triangle are of 60 degrees. Now moving on, we have some more criteria for congruency of triangles. Okay. So these more criteria, what does they include? This is SSS congruency rule. So what do we mean by SSS congruency rule? It is if three sides of one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle. This SSS stands for side, side and side. Okay. So what is this congruency? For two triangles, this is the first triangle and this is the second triangle. For two triangles, let us name them. This triangle is ABC and this triangle is PQR. For these two triangles, if their corresponding sides are equal, then both the triangles are congruent. Okay. In triangle ABC and triangle PQR, if AB side is equals to PQ side, BC side is equals to QR side, and CA side is equals to RP side, in that case triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. Okay. So this is what an SSS congruency rule is. Okay. The proof of this congruency can be done, but you need to understand first of all 8th chapter. Once you have done the 8th chapter, I can teach you how to do the proof of this congruency. Okay, because there are some properties of the parallelogram that are to be used when you do the proof of this congruency. Next is RHS congruency rule. RHS congruency rule is for right angle. RHS stands for right angle, hypotenuse and side. Okay. So what does this congruency say? This congruency says that for any right angle triangle, this is a right angle triangle. This is again second right angle triangle, and let us name them P, Q, R and A, B, C. Triangle PQR is right angle at Q, triangle ABC is right angle at P. So what does this congruency say? If in two right angle triangles, the hypotenuse and one side of the triangle are equal, the hypotenuse and any one of the sides, okay, are equal, then both the triangles are congruent. So this congruency says that in right triangles ABC and triangle PQR, if any of its two sides, if one its hypotenuse PR and AC are equal, and apart from hypotenuse any of the other sides mean QR is equals to BC, or you can say PQ is equals to AB. So I am taking QR is equals to BC. You can say that both the bases are same or both the perpendicular are same. In either of the cases, both the triangles will be congruent. Triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. When does this happen? When for a right angle triangle only, if its hypotenuse and one of its sides are equal. Okay, keep that in mind. RHS congruency can only be applied to a right angle triangle, but that does not mean that for every right angle triangle you are going to force RHS congruency. Okay, there might be other congruencies that can be applied in right angle triangles, but RHS congruency can only be applied for right angle triangles only, not for any other type of triangles. Okay, based on all these congruencies we will do this exercise, and after that we will do the examples related to this exercise. So we'll start with question number 1. Okay, question number 1, as you can see, there is a diagram, and let's see what is given to us in question number 1. In question number 1, it is given that ABC and DBC are two isosceles triangles on the same base BC. That means this is DBC and this one is ABC. These are two isosceles triangles on the same base BC. That means this complete angle and this complete angle are equal, as well as angle DBC and angle DCB are also equal. Okay, so we will take the conclusion when we require in the question. Just now we are only going to write down what is given to us. Triangle ABC and triangle DBC are isosceles triangle triangles with, okay, in triangle ABC side AB is equals to AC, and in triangle DBC sides BD is equals to DA, not DA, DC. Okay, let us see what more is given to us. If AD is extended to intersect BC at P, line AD is extended to P. Okay, there is no special function that is being performed by P. It is not a perpendicular, not a bisector, nothing. AD is a simple line that is extended to P. Now what we need to prove? We need to prove 4 things. First of all, we require to prove that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. Secondly, triangle ABP will be congruent to triangle ACP. Third, AP bisects angle A and angle D. Angle A and angle D. And lastly, AP is perpendicular bisector of AP is perpendicular bisector of BC. That means you have to prove that this angle is 90 degree as well as BP and CP are both equal. Okay, so that is the last part. We will come to that at the last. First of all, let us start with the first. First part, we have to prove that ABD triangle and ACD triangle are both congruent. Let us see how. ABD, this triangle, this is triangle ABD, and ACD is this triangle. This is triangle ACD. We have to prove that